Tell them this is celebration, for the barbecue pits and the mini bikes, mini skirts, tables. Who got big six? Where I'm from, we do concrete backflips, flip flop back. Through the ghettos where I bring hip hop back. Real love me, they tell me the only speak for wayside of Central Bookings County. Up north, said I should have it if Scarface passed the torch. That's how they feel, Jack. Look, this more than rap. This that project haircut in the cul-de-sac. This is where Jose meet your quota whenever I put a quote on the track. Keeping it ain't nothing. You ain't gotta like it cause the hood don't love it. You ain't gotta like it cause the hood don't love it. Watching young players do a thing out puppet. I got the whole block bucket. You ain't gotta like it cause the hood don't love it. You ain't gotta like it cause the hood don't love it. Watching young players do a thing out puppet.
From Compton to Baltimore, I'ma kill it. I buy a Morgan the minute. The public house, the plastic couch of a Section 8 tenant. The Regal window is tinted. The air conditioner broke, but I'm cool enough to ensure you my ride is an Eskimo, huh? And I peel off in the midst of getting my thrills off, and I thrive off energy from inner cities that we lost, huh? I'm putting the ghetto on top of my back, and I live in the back of the jungle. Lions, tigers, bears, oh my. Hear the siren, walk up. Engines on back of scooters, the real can recognize real, and we need to know just who you are. You are in the presence of many presents. Kendrick, the gift for the future, or yeah, I said it. Good kid, mad city, mad respect, representing the hub, right?
Keeping it ain't nothing. You ain't gotta like it cause the hood don't love it. You ain't gotta like it cause the hood don't love it. Watching young players do a thing out puppet. I got the whole block bucket. You ain't gotta like it cause the hood don't love it. You ain't gotta like it cause the hood don't love it. Watching young players do a thing out puppet. The homegirls tell me I'm so they can buy some outfits. I buy their sons a pack of Pampers, some new Jordans, give them the game.
Welcome to the 2K TV Rap Party.
We are bringing the community together for some friendly competition, give you all some 2K gaming tips, and just have an all-around great time.
Yeah, we're having fun. So grab your suits, grab your koozies. We're making a big splash in NBA 2K25.
I'm gonna grab my koozie, but first up, let's head over to my team for some triple threat online action with our 2K TV award winner, E-Bands.
On the floor for the visiting Golden State Warriors. At small forward, Gary Payton II. Let's bring out the starters for your Portland Trail Blazers.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. Draymond Green is out there with Butler. Then it's Miller. Then there's Payton. And it's Curry in a corner.
Turn this volume down.
For the Trailblazers, the guard pair are Henderson and Sharp. Avdia out there with Klingon. And it's Kamare in at the 3 spot. And this season's still very young. Greg, what are you looking forward to this year?
Well, Kevin, I'm always interested in the rookies, seeing which guys step up. The leap to the NBA can be a huge one, so you never know what will happen with some of these young players.
Curry with the bucket.
And how about when Curry gets fancy with it? His confidence is what allows him to pull off these moves.
Sharp with it. Now Payton defending. Here he goes. They get the rebound. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
The second.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws here tonight.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
We've seen some flashes, Coach, from Shaedon Sharpe in his career. He can get hot in a hurry.
Well, look, Kevin, he is a great athlete, and when his shot starts to fall consistently, he can be electric. Right now, he's putting it together little by little. He's just got to continue to improve.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And the foul called on MP.
First personal foul.
That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
First quarter, just over a minute played. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Earlier, I spoke with Chauncey Billups. Now, I asked him who has him worried out there on the floor, and his answer was Draymond Green. He told me he's a high-effort, high-IQ player who can be so effective. Now, right now, our plan is to stay physical with him and not let him dictate the terms out there. Of course, this means a hard-fought contest down low. Guys?
Thank you, David. And here are the Trailblazers now. The Warriors making the shot. And it's Sharpe missing.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Curry outside. It's good from long range.
Curry.
Curry's got 5 now.
I mean, the range is just unreal. Curry can make even the toughest shots look easy.
Henderson looking it over. And then Henderson with the jam.
And that's a special play coming from the 1 spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
Here's Butler. The shot, no good. Avdia with a defensive effort. And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Thanks. Well, for the Warriors this summer, there was disappointment seeing their longtime trio broken up with the departure of Klay Thompson. But many around the league felt like with the additions they've made, this team is actually upgraded. So, guys, we'll see how they hold up in this crowded Western Conference. Do Steph Curry and Draymond Green have enough?
They'll be challenged for certain. Okay, Shams, thank you for the report. Now, here's Sharpe. After the miss from Stephen Curry. Some solid defense from Butler.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint. And one thing about Draymond, he...
You know, if you think about Jimmy Butler, and you and I are fans of his game, talk about a guy who calls it like he sees it, though. My goodness.
Yeah, that's an understatement. Look, Jimmy's never going to hold back. He'll call out his teammates. He'll call out opponents. He'll call out the referees. This guy acts with no fear.
Just don't call out the broadcasters, right? We want to stay out of his range.
And he would have no reason to.
Exactly. We've got Sharpe. Klingon is out there with Avdia. Then it's Anthony Simons. And it's Kamare. And it's a great finish!
Oh, my.
Out of this world. Sharpe is so quick into the air, and then he just hangs forever. Able to do things most others can't.
Nice angle on that replay with the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's Simons. It's rebounded by Golden State.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
Here's Miller. 2 points. That one goes. Miller's got his first 2 points.
And Curry isn't just a lights-out scorer. He's also efficient at moving the ball and getting it to his teammates.
The Trailblazers with a new shot clock. Hamara. No good on the shot. Warriors leading by 19 points. On the wing, Payton. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 5 assists tonight.
And great job from beyond the arc this quarter. They are now shooting the three at almost 60% for the game.
Sharp, the pass to Simons. To end the run. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
Curry passes to Green, and it's blocked. Simons against Miller. Floats one. Draymond Green grabs the miss.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
And how about the speed there from Butler? Just a knack for knowing where to run in transition.
And so it's Avdia with it. He brings it up for Portland. Pass to Kamare. Shot clock at 6. And it's Sharp missing. Warriors leading by 22. Curry
hey, I'm still alive.
Feeds to Green.
Unfortunately.
Don't. So you're going to do it.
Simons against Curry.
I'm so sorry you're going to do what you're going to do.
To the paint. Here's Klingon. And it's Klingon with the jam.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greggy lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
I tried the other day. My wrist is in bandages.
So it's the Golden State Warriors ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. The
Trailblazers 27. The Warriors 53.
But I'm not allowed to show anyone a picture.
It's probably for the best.
Doctor's orders.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Shaedon Sharp really making a difference here.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
And Golden State looking at who they've got. They've got Payton. Curry is out there with Miller. Then it's Butler. And it's Green in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Henderson outside. Pass to Klingon. Greg, every year injuries are a huge factor.
I had experienced sleep paralysis one night due to stress and lack of sleep. As I told you, stress and lack of sleep are the cause.
Durability. What do you think?
Well, Kevin, I think all GMs take that into account. A team wants to be confident it'll have a stable roster over the course of a long season.
Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, last season, Draymond Green got his three-pointer going again. He said, over the years, my shot took a dive. It was in large part because I couldn't get in and out of my hips. They were messed up. It was getting my movement patterns right. Kevin, my hips haven't been the same in years, but Draymond's are good. Now they've made him tough to deal with. Back to you.
Your hips are pretty good, David. I've always said your hip. Floor spacing, always critical. Good point, D.A. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Sharp. Oh, he jams it right over Draymond Green. Wow.
And an exciting player coming into his own. We're seeing all of what Sharp has in this one.
Awesome rewind courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's Butler. Got a piece of it, and he gets it back. And here's Miller outside.
Can we play some
Portland
roadblocks?
The miss.
The lock is glitched.
Portland had, Greg, one of the
We're
great
not playing
guard
this.
combinations in Clyde Drexler and Terry Porter.
Man, that was one heck of a backcourt. And they really complemented each other so well. Drexler with his explosive scoring ability, and Porter could just do a little bit of everything.
Team foul.
And it's the Trailblazers with
Roblox
the
is
ball.
glitched still sad.
Here's Kamare. No scoring in this one. Just 4 to shoot. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession.
Portland
And
ball.
while we have a chance, let's take a look at the best free throw shooters in the league from last season. Second, Stephen Curry. And, of course, Anthony Simons.
DeAndre Ayton.
And how about the work both of them put in from the foul line? Just such a consistent, dependable performance.
Anyway, I'm gonna go
Ayton,
to
he's
Robbie
checked in for the
chatbots to keep me company.
And with that miss, they're just 1 for 4 to start the third quarter.
The Trailblazers have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to
And
fall.
I'm in a
since
severe
coming out of the
thunderstorm.
break. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Great execution of the alley-oop. Of course, having Ayton to throw it to makes it much easier.
Ayton against Ayton. And the rejection by Ayton.
2 minutes.
Now the pass to Sharp. Fires for 3. Warriors with the rebound. Butler's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Curry. And a great assist by Miller as that one goes in. Curry's got 11 points.
Great work inside by Curry there. So clever and composed in the paint.
Henderson with it, and Curry picks him up defensively. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
Golden State ball.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Well, they've been absolutely on fire from deep. And until the defense offers more resistance, the coaches are going to keep encouraging them to let it fly.
And, you know, another thing that's really been working for them tonight is the mid-range. That they're having no problem finding shots in that area.
We've got Williams. Grant is out there with Henderson. Then there's Klingon, and it's Avdia in at the small forward. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Grant surveying the D. Great D that time from Green.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Yeah, that's the kind of aggressive defense you always want to see on the interior.
Here's Curry with the 3, and Draymond Green picks up the foul.
Draymond Green.
That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the 3 is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Here's Grant. And too long on the shot.
He'll probably hear about that shot selection when he gets back to the bench. Maybe not their best option then.
Butler against Williams. Miller. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one.
I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
It sure is. They've certainly accepted the challenge. The trick now is to sustain this effort.
Here's Avdia. Here's Klingon. And he can't stop the run as he misses. Golden State's gone 4-7 with the long ball here in the 4th quarter.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Warriors.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Stephen Curry.
Well, bottom line, he was just unstoppable at times. Not much you can do when he's playing with that kind of confidence.
Walker's checked in for the Trailblazers. Shaden Sharp comes in for Avdia.
Yeah, they sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
Yeah, and winning games on the road is huge, especially when you get them in such a convincing fashion.
There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And there's Miller, good that time on the assist by Butler.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
Here's Sharp. Banked in off the glass.
Oh, gritty play by Sharp inside. Defense puts contact on the rookie, and he still gets it to fall.
Back to Miller. Stolen by Henderson. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
That concludes the first game of the NBA season. With Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, folks, on 2K.
We are here celebrating our 2K TV wrap party, and we're going to head into the Triple Threat Park today with two members of Team 2K TV, Danny and John, and one community member, Ebans. Welcome back to 2K TV. We are so excited to have you on the show. Once again, how are you doing today?
Doing good. Thanks for having me back.
In Triple Threat, you can pick your card. So which card and player are you using today? Because this is going to be a good one.
I'm gonna be using Invincible LaMelo Ball. That's definitely my favorite card that's came out all year.
So I'll be running with Invincible Giannis, so I can help with any of the other skills that need.
Hello and welcome to Sunday Night NBA action here on 2K Sports with Hall of Famers and now the Los Angeles starters. Powell and Kawhi in at the forward spots. James Harden out. Bogdanovic. And it's Zubac in at the center position, locking down the middle. And for the Warriors, Miller is out there with Stephen Curry. Then it's Trace Jackson-Davis. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Peyton in at the small forward. And now that this new season is underway, Grant, how critical is it to get off to a good start?
Well, BA, it's so important, but not the end-all, be-all. It's a long season, plenty of time to build towards your goal. You're going to have some setbacks along the way, but just keep your head down and keep pushing forward.
To the paint. And it's Bogdanovic that time on the assist by Harden.
You like seeing Bogdanovic get it done inside, an opportunistic scorer around the rim.
To the middle. Here's Jackson-Davis. It's deflected. Powell against Peyton. Powell in the post. Miller pulls it in. Peyton against Powell. Pass to Butler. Back to Peyton. Inside. Outside for Butler. And a deep three from Curry. And not going to go. He misses his first attempt of the night. It's so interesting, Grant. Younger fans may not realize the Clippers had a lot of rough seasons early on.
Well, you know, B.A., that's one way to put it. You know, in their first 27 years in L.A., they only made the playoffs 4 times. But things have definitely changed. Owners have changed, and now they're postseason regulars in the league.
Well, one thing there's no question about is that Norman Powell is a gifted athlete. Now it's about rounding out that game, particularly his shooting.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
There's Bogdanovich with the three. Here's Zubac. And it's slammed in by Zubac.
You love to see Zubac get after it on the window. Use that size and strength.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to catch up with Steve Kerr, who told me that one key will be holding James Harden in check. He said they don't want to let Harden get too much penetration, and when he does drive the lane, they're going to shade him left and force him into his weaker right hand. It's a strategy teams have used on Harden before, so we'll see how effective it is tonight.
Thank you for that, Allie. Harden misses. Golden State has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. And that one is stuffed right through.
Well, Jimmy Butler, outstanding at creating opportunities for his teammates. He is not just a scorer, guys.
Leonard outside. And it's Jimmy Butler with the foul. That's his first foul.
I have to admit, I mean, it's always a tough decision for the ref on the block charge call.
Pass to Harden.
Well, that miss, to me, created because of Steph Curry's defense. This guy is doing enough to influence the shot.
And here's Miller, defended by Harden. Payton against Leonard. Payton, no good.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Well, Doris, there's one thing for sure. When Kawhi Leonard is available, he's elite.
There's no question about it, Brian, and it's so difficult to watch a player who cares so deeply about the game as Kawhi does not have his body hold up. It's been unfortunate over the years to see the toll injuries have taken on his career, but boy, oh boy, clutch, skilled, competitive, tough, every attribute you can want.
Time called here. The Warriors decide to talk it over. Doris looking back at James.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Harden. His last outing, he had 18 points. They've got Stephen Curry. Gary Payton II is out there with Butler. Then it's Trace Jackson Davis. And it's Miller in at point guard. So that's the group out there for Golden State. And when you look back at the 2023 draft, the Warriors got great value out of their picks.
Yeah, I mean, they got Podziemski with the 19th pick, a versatile player who impacts the game at both ends. And they also got Trace Jackson Davis late in the second round. And he is a fundamentally sound big man with great upside.
Harden against Curry. Oh, Curry, what a tough finish.
Curry understands how to take a hit, prepares for it, and makes the necessary adjustment.
Pass to Zubac. Now here's Bogdanovich. Rebounded by Butler. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. From 12 feet, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Butler's got his second basket of the game.
Well, Jimmy Butler, it doesn't matter if he's covered. This guy is unafraid. He doesn't get rattled. He can score despite the contest there.
The Warriors lead by 6. Quarter 2 and about 2 minutes in. And stolen by Leonard. The Warriors pull it in. They defeated Utah in their last game.
And it wasn't just their starters putting in work. Their backups were real spark plugs on offense.
One thing we know, great teams in the NBA get production off the bench, and that was critical that night.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Nice shot by Harden.
James Harden has made a living out of tough shot making. And I'll tell you, the defense pretty good right there. James Harden just better.
Curry against Harden. Curry passes to Miller. It's rebounded by Zubac. Zubac has got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Bogdanovich. And he drives in. Some solid defense from Butler.
Boy, that's too easy to miss, but somehow he finds a way to do it.
That's good from Curry on the assist by Butler. Curry's got 7 points in the game.
Well, everyone knows that Jimmy Butler has a scoring mentality, but there makes the extra pass beautiful.
And here's Zubac. Powell outside. The layup off target. And it's Butler with the ball for Golden State. They lead by 8, biggest lead of the game. They'll be playing host to New Orleans for their next one, and that'll put them halfway through a 3-game homestand.
And why go away from attacking inside if the D has no answer for you?
Time called here. Los Angeles decides to talk it over. First chance of the year for them to go up against this Warriors team.
They swept the season series, which is very much in line with how these teams finished in the standings.
Well, they're more talented, more...
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. The Warriors on top, up by 5.
That's the end of the first half. With a score, your Warriors 32, the Clippers 27.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Man, it's been quite a game for Stephen Curry.
The numbers say it all. He spent the first half playing efficient ball.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
And so in the game for the Clippers, Powell and Kawhi in at the forward spots. Bogdanovic is out there with James Harden. And it's Zubac in at the 5 spot. Well, we have a chance to hear from Shams Charania. He's calling in right now. Shams, great to have you on, bud.
Thanks. Many consider this summer to be the most challenging field in the history of international basketball. Nevertheless, Team USA got it done in Paris. It's not getting any easier, but the star power of the U.S. men's team shined bright in the City of Lights. Guys, a classic ending for a stacked U.S. roster.
What a performance. Shams Charania with the report. Thanks, Shams.
Well within his arsenal. Bogdanovic doesn't hesitate when given the mid-range jump shot.
Here's Miller, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Curry. Miller's got his second basket on the night.
Setting each other up beautifully. I love it. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assists.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, Brian. No surprise here. Stephen Curry hopes to be a Warrior for life. He said being a part of a group of legends that have played for one franchise, established a culture, and won at the highest level, and did it with a lot of different roster combinations, I don't ever take that for granted. Brian, what a run.
Yeah, it is a great run, and he's been the foundation, Allie. Thank you.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
Now well into his 30s. Is it fair to start wondering how many seasons Jimmy Butler has left, Grant?
Well, it's a fair question, B.A. But at the same time, Jimmy's hunger is just so different than everybody else's, which I could see helping prolong his career.
And then Bogdanovic with the dunk.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
And that's their first miss after hitting 4 in a row to start the half.
No dice from 9 feet.
Listen, simply put, he's got to finish that. It's not like the defender was right on top of him.
And there's the rejection. Here's Harden. And another shot. And a bit of a battle for the ball. And the officials signal a jump ball here. And here are the Clippers now. Zubac passes to Harden. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Zubac. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. So it's the Clippers now. Poke loose. Miller with it, and it's Leonard picking him up. Pass to Jackson Davis.
2 minutes remaining.
Outside Payton.
2 minutes.
Miller with it. Now here's Powell. He's got 7. Bogdanovich, no good.
Boy, he's at the cup, but that is tremendous defense. Prohibit the lay-in without fouling.
Payton passes to Miller. Here's Butler. The 3 is up. The 3 dropped in by Jimmy Butler.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
And Grant, the Clippers have strung together 13 straight winning seasons. But at the same time, it feels like they've left a lot on the table.
Yeah, with all their star power over that time, they've made it past the second round of the playoffs only once. And that fan base is restless.
Shot clock at 5. And the Clippers miss again.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that.
Curry passes to Miller. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Following this one, they host the Trailblazers. That game starts a nice 5-game homestand for him. Leonard gets the bucket.
Once Kawhi Leonard gets to the interior, this guy's so tough to keep from scoring.
Curry passes to Miller. Back to Curry. Curry creates inside.
Yeah, showing a little versatility with their offensive attack. In the first half, it was about the 3-ball. In the second half, they've emphasized interior scoring.
Leonard can't get it to go. Golden State with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Payton passes to Miller. Sinks that one from the post. Miller's gotten 4 this quarter.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Now Harden. He's got 6. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy. Harden's got 8.
It's not easy to work the ball inside of this league, but they've done it all night.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits. It may be difficult to overcome. The Warriors on top. They're up by 11. And we'll have the start.
Hey, okay, just one basket at a time, huh?
Clippers, Zubac, he's checked in for Eubanks. Leonard comes in for Coffee. And it's Harden in for Simmons. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Well, they have owned the offensive perimeter throughout this game, finding lots of openings and turning them into big shots.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
They've got Miller, Trace Jackson Davis out there with Kuminga. Then there's Stephen Curry, and it's Payton in at the small forward position. That's the Warriors 5.
Stephen Curry, guys, is going to be remembered as the greatest shooter in the history of the sport, but we should not sleep on the amount of winning this guy has done as well.
And the Warriors making a change here. Butler's checked in. Powell, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Bogdanovich comes in for Dunn. The Warriors lead by 10. Outside Payton. Pass to Miller. Now here's Butler. Powell covers. Back to Miller. From the right block, and a great assist by Butler as that one goes. Butler's got assist number 7 tonight. And so it's Harden with it. He brings it up for Los Angeles. Takes it inside. Now Zubac. Powell passes to Bogdanovich. Misses the 3.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
Outside Butler. Pass to Miller. Blocked! Curry against Powell to the inside. Here's Leonard. The rebound by Payton. They've done a great job of moving the ball tonight.
Yeah, B.A., keeping everybody involved keeps everyone engaged. And they had an advantage tonight. Came out sharp and did what was needed. Nice win here for the Warriors.
Tonight, they got everybody in on the scoring. Had nice passing, which led to good looks.
Just solid play by these guys.
And they'll chalk this up as their 3rd win of the year.
Yeah, this is far from the last word in the season series. Still 3 more meetings between them and plenty of motivation to square things up.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Stephen Curry.
They simply can't stop him right now. This guy playing with passion and focus.
Harden played it in with a nice touch off the window.
One of the great NBA players one-on-one in the history of the game, James Harden, has got a rhythm, and that's trouble.
Grant, wouldn't be a bad idea here to slow it down.
Yeah, the coach is definitely looking for patience and execution.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Outside Curry. And there's the drive. And here's MP from outside. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Curry. And the Warriors lead by 17. And here's Bogdanovich. And so it's the Warriors taking care of business in this one, showing that they're the far superior team. They win it going away.
I'll tell you what, give it up for their fans. They love to watch this team dominate. You best believe they're all going home happy tonight.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our 2K team, this is Brian Anderson signing off. We'll see you next time.
We're in here now.